This week's blog post is the fourth in my series on Brookgreen Gardens, with photos taken in June 2020. I've posted on Brookgreen Gardens before, cropping the photos to show just the sculptures. But one of the marvelous features of Brookgreen is that many of the sculptures have a small garden or another area that's specifically designed to set them off. In this series of posts, with photos taken in early June when the gardens were full of flowers, I'm trying to give a sense of those gorgeous settings. This sculpture of Actaeon is from 1936. It's by Paul Manship, the creator of the Prometheus at Rockefeller Center and many, many other works. Manship was, in fact, one of the leading American sculptors of the 20th century. If you search Manship on DianeDurantewriter.com, you'll see many of his works in New York City. This sculpture is of Actaeon, a hunter who incurred the wrath of Artemis, also known as Diana. She transformed him into a stag, hence the antlers that are sprouting from his head, and then let his own hounds attack him. Those Greek gods are not so nice. This is my least favorite Manship sculpture, but it has a lovely setting at Brookgreen on the edge of the main sculpture area with a dramatic drop-off behind. Next up, Adonis from 1905. This is by Eli Harvey, one of the earliest animaliers in America. An animalier specializes in sculpting animals. And this one is an 8-month-old greyhound. This is Fawn's at Play, one of the few fountain sculptures created by Charles Keck, 1875 to 1961. The original version sat in a marble basin that was carved with a relief of the children in the household that it was commissioned for. In New York City, we have Keck's father, Francis P. Duffy, in Times Square, his Governor Alfred E. Smith on the Lower East Side, the Brooklyn War Memorial in Cadman Plaza, Brooklyn, and 3 busts in the Bronx Hall of Fame. This one is called Seaweed Fountain. It was created in 1920 by Beatrice Fenton. It won the Widener Gold Medal at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts in 1933 and a bronze medal at the Sesquicentennial Exposition in Philadelphia, 1926. This is Pas de Toi, 1983, by John Cavanaugh, 1921 to 1985. The title is the ballet term for a dance that involves 3 performers. According to the label, quote, Cavanaugh was a pioneer in the method of hammering and forming sculpture designs from sheets of lead. He felt this medium allowed him to present graceful motion, particularly dance movement, in sculpture. End of quote. This is a bronze cast. And finally, Avocet by Elliot Melville Hoffner, 1931 to 2010. Hoffner began sculpting in the 1960s, eventually focusing on wildlife. The previous part of this series of blog posts on Brookgreen has his much larger and very elegant heron, grouse, and loon from 1992. I like these occasional notices put around the gardens. These gardens are entrusted to the courtesy of visitors. Makes me happy to be treated like a grown-up instead of having guards all over the place. The official website for Brookgreen Gardens is on the screen, and I've also given you the URL that will get you all of my blog posts on Brookgreen that are on DianeDurantewriter.com. DianeDurantewriter.com also has hundreds of posts on sculpture, painting, and my many other obsessions. To join my free Sunday recommendations email list, visit the URL that's on the screen or email me. And you can say, "Well done, Diane," or support my work and receive rewards by means of the tip jar on DianeDurantewriter.com. Thank you as always for listening.